Alright, what is up everybody? So we were wrong about Shinrabanshoman, the new godly Shinra burning hero. This guy is a lot better than we thought, so I just dropped a video kind of talking about how I got him and showcasing him. He is not mid, it's just that we only showcased one form, so he has a different form for every element in the game, except for Perfect Seal. So pretty much it is going to depend on what element you have the most of on your team. So for example, we have mostly fire units on Fabled's team right now. He is now a fire form of Shinra, which is actually really cool. This is going to be with a 2k to plays, triple S stats, everything, max current range, skill tree, no soul. So thank you Fable for letting me showcase this guy. Let's check out the fire form now. I will throw on the ability effects for anybody who has not seen them, so it's probably the same as last time. Let me sell my Nagi here. But on placement, he is hybrid. He does have the Scorched effect. He has Heat Link Fire. His unit sunburn damage is buffed by 35% when attacking an enemy under a source of burn. So the Scorched effect, that is a brand new burning effect. Causes enemies to take 50% more damage from all sources of burn for 15 seconds. This effect has a 35-second cooldown per enemy. It also have Sunburn doing 16.7 million damage right now. You can do the math on that as 1.75 times his current damage. But pretty good damage on placement. He has really low SPA. Doing 21.9 mil now. Counter Blaze Kick, upgrade 7. Full AoE, 127 mil over 3.67 seconds. Let's just max him out here. We do know how this guy goes here. Kick of Despair, upgrade 11. He is now a circle AoE. So he was actually, I believe, a cone AoE on his light form. Right now he is a circle for fire form. And if we do max him out, he gains Volcanic Eruption. Upon activation, enemies take 100% more damage from all burn sources and 50% more damage, elemental damage, from fire element units. Permanently inflict Scorch on all enemies currently in this unit's range, and enemies which are under the Scorch effect after the use of this ability will take 5 times this unit's damage and have Blaze inflicted off them multiplier every 150 seconds. If we were to pop Volcanic Eruption, what a pop ability. Oh, Brute Force Soul, by the way, not No Soul. Sorry, he put Brute Force on there. I had the info wrong in the beginning. But, if we pop ability, Volcanic Eruption. What does this look like here? So, 300 second global cooldown. No VFX from what I could tell. Looks like nothing special there. But we can see, currently will permanently inflict Scorch on all enemies, currently in this unit's range, so we wouldn't really be able to tell. It's kind of like a nuke ability, okay? And I guess we will reset so we can go check out the next element, as the fire form though. Moving on to the water form, I am going to be turning off the attack animations for this because they are very loud, and they are all the same, so sorry, hopefully you can catch all the animations from the first part. But he does have a different aura depending on what form he's in. So you might have noticed in my my previous Godly video, it was kind of like yellowish, orangish. Fire part was reddish, orangish, now it's like a pure blue right here. Very, very cool. On placement, he does have Blizzard doing 4.54 mil. You can do the math on that. Is going to do 190% of his damage, so 1.9 times his current damage on all upgrades. 2.39 million damage every 1.83 seconds on placement, with the Elemental Synergy Water passive. Do 100% damage to fire enemies, and all water units in range receive a blessing from this unit. This blessing increases their damage by 15% and their range by 20%. Permanent until the unit is sold. Okay. So actually a very good buff for water units, and he does also 100% damage to fire enemies would be normal, I think? Unless they're talking about like he doesn't do 3 times or something? I don't know. But let's just keep going here. Blizzard damage, you can see he is hybrid on placement. Circle AoE. So I think upgrade 7 he gains a new attack. Yeah, upgrade 7, counter blaze kick. Still full AoE. Same passives, 127 mil over 3.67 seconds. That is very good for full AoE Blizzard, wow. This guy has a lot of different forms, all of them seem pretty good, but let's keep going so far. Yeah, a lot of damage on that Blizzard there. Kick of Despair, upgrade 11. What kind of AoE does he get? He stays full AoE, no way. Full AoE Blizzard if we max him out. What does he get? 300k here, so I think he's around 1 million to max out every time. Ice Terrain ability. Freeze all enemies in the map for 25 seconds. Once this freeze wears off, deal 5 times damage to all enemies in range, and all water element units deal 50% more damage for the next 100 seconds. You want to pop that? Want to pop that? By the way, same stats, skill tree, everything as the first form that I threw in chat, so if you didn't catch what his stats and everything are, just rewind a little bit to the fire form. But Ice Terrain here. Want to pop that? Let's see. No effect, but I guess it does what it says, hopefully. That is the water form, very good, 1 billion blizzard damage on final upgrade, which is crazy. Pretty good SPA for it, honestly, not even that bad. 5.51 for a 9-second dot. Let's move on to the next form. Moving on to the nature form, you can tell by his green aura, No flies though. Yeah, it's very good. So 3.99 mil every 2.29 seconds. 37.7 range, circle AoE. Again, we're keeping the effects off because they're the same on every time, I think. Same on every form. But hybrid, circle AoE. Fatal Precision Nature. Every 5 attacks, this unit has a 0.6% chance to instantly kill an enemy. Better version of Karumi Support Mode passive, the best passive in the game for infinite modes. If he's full AoE, he is going to be the best infinite unit for sure in this form, in nature form. Let's keep going here. He does have Accelerate on placement. He does still show as a fire unit during all these forms, so I think he might always be fire, but he does have different bonuses for all the different forms, I guess, different passives and everything. But let's keep going here. Nothing to really check for dot damage or anything, just Accelerate. Full AoE on upgrade 7, Counterblaze Kick. Let's keep going here. 65k. I think he costs the same amount every time, about like 500k to max out every time. He is Kick of Despair, upgrade 11. He is going to stay full AoE on this one, so full AoE with the chance to kill. That is very good for infinite. Maxed out, he has Purification of Life. Upon activation, decrease the HP of all enemies in range by 15% of their current HP. That's actually really good. We don't exactly have a good place to showcase that, but let's just pop it for the VFX. Want a pop ability. Let's see here, 917 mil every 7.35 seconds on final upgrade. Again, same stats and skill tree and everything as we threw in chat during the fire form, so rewind if you missed it. But, okay, the ability did not have an animation there, but it seems very, very strong as an infinite unit. This guy is actually really crazy. Moving on to the next form, I guess. Here we have the dark form, you can tell from his really cool purple aura, okay. 2.39 mil every 2.29 seconds. He does have black flames on placement. He is hybrid. Circle AoE. Again, same info as before if you rewind to the other previous form, the fire form. And he is gonna have the same animations as well, so we keep them off. Dark Purge Dark. When attacking dark element enemies, deal 100% more damage to them, and each time he attacks one, slow them by 35% of their current speed for 8 seconds. 20-second cooldown. If unit is stunned, remove the stun and deal 5 times current damage to all enemies in range. So kind of like a supporting, damaging hybrid ability. I don't know, hybrid passive. Kind of like a mix of doing damage and slowing them down. But we have Black Flames here doing 61.2. By the way, the math on that is always going to be multiply his current damage by 4.8 times. So 408% of his damage. That's how you do the math, for anybody wondering. But here we go, we keep going. Counterblaze Kick and upgrade 7, okay. 159 mil. The Black Flame is doing 861 now, wow. 957. He does have, looks like, pretty good SPA for it. Never mind. Wait, hold on. Does he go up to 11.8? No, he stays at 7.8. I don't know why, but final upgrade. 387 mil every 7.8 seconds with Black Flames doing 1.85 bill. He has a circle AoE, pretty big one though. And he does have the Despair ability. Upon activation, remove 35% of the strongest enemy in range's HP instantly. Should not work on bosses. Inflict a permanent variant of Despair on all enemies in range, which makes enemies take 50% more damage from all sources except Dark Element. Slows enemies down by 20% of their current speed, makes them take 15% more dot damage, and take 15% more crit damage. Additionally, deal 100 billion damage to all enemies on the map. So, again, a mix of doing like a damage nuke and also supporting by making them take more damage and also slowing them down. If you want to pop that. Once again, we don't really have the best place to showcase it because we're in a normal infinite, just for time's sake, sorry, because we're trying to get this out because we don't want to misinform people with the previous video, make them think he's mid, but if we want to pop it to see the animations, at least we can do that. Nothing on this one. Seems like they only had it for the light and fire ones for some reason. I don't have ability effects disabled if you were wondering, so it shouldn't really be bugged or anything, but whatever. So we do have the dark form here, moving on to the next one. The final form we'll be talking about today is the neutral form. Good luck ever finding this in-game because you of course need a full team of neutral units plus Shinra, so very hard to find. I would also like to point out that this is the only form where he shows environmental awareness. What his element changing passive actually does is in the neutral form, the hardest one to find. This is why we couldn't find out about it because we didn't check the in-game or the in-lobby info page, so I'm sorry for this being kind of like late and misinforming you guys for a little bit, but okay, neutral form. Opposite direction, neutral. This unit nullifies its weakness against water enemies, dealing neutral damage to them. In return, this unit deals 50% less damage to nature enemies. Very situational and not very good, but okay, he has that. 4.7 mil every 1.83 seconds on placement. Circle AoE, he is ground this time, so some of them are hybrid, some of them are ground. I'm sure you can check if you rewatch the video and see all the different forms on placement, but this guy's gaining new attack on upgrade 7. He does gain hybrid full AoE, 319 mil every 4.13 seconds. He does not have any new passives or anything. So far looking like the most underwhelming form, but Kick of Despair, upgrade 11. Line AoE, okay. Probably the worst AoE out of all of them, except for the circle guys, I guess, but even those circle ones were pretty big at least. We max him out. Okay, this ability better be good, because he's probably the most underwhelming right now in neutral form. Fabric of Reality. Send all enemies back to spawn and decrease all units' ability cooldowns by 90%, kind of like a new Poochie. Enemies who were affected by this rewind will be permanently slowed by 20% of the speed that they had when they were rewinded. This will also deal 150 billion damage and reduces all enemies' HP by 5%. Kind of like a combination of Poochie, Giorno, and a 150 billion damage nuke. Not that bad, not that bad. Very good actually, 5,000 second cooldown there, so you can only use it once per run reasonably, unless you reset it with Poochie. Actually, how does that work? Does he reset his own cooldown? Let's find out. Wanna pop it? I'm guessing no animation or anything because none of the other ones had it besides Fire and Light, but here we go. If we pop the ability here, Fabric of Reality, hopefully we can find out if it's gonna like reduce its own cooldown. Let's see. It does not. Okay, 5,000 second cooldown, and that is the final form we'll talk about. Sorry for kind of losing my voice, losing my talking skills because it's been a long day grinding for this guy, and now reading every single form that he has. But hopefully this video cleared up the confusion because I know a lot of people after seeing my video, my first one, thought that he was mid. I'm sorry for the whole confusion on that because we did not catch the passive, because we did not bring the neutral form into a match, but anyways, that is the new Shinrabanshoman. It's a very interesting, very complicated unit, probably the most fun unit in a while, honestly. I really like the idea of it, but is he overall meta? I'm not sure. I'm not too sure. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Anyways, again, thank you Fable for letting me showcase this unit. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one, and have a great day.